My name is Gosia, and I'm very happy to be the second speaker today after Mateusz, because Mateusz was telling that you can do everything, and I will tell about a few skills that I think are important to achieve that. And all of them you can learn and practice during the business week. So, yeah, I really strongly believe that if you have the right skills, the right knowledge, the right attitude, you can have it all. And so the first skill that I think is very important is basically to have an open mind. Let me show you something. Do you recognize that? Is it familiar? Some of you? Okay. Do you recognize that? The American friends? Yes? Do you recognize that? Is it familiar? Yeah, this is the map, how it is presented in Australia and New Zealand. It's the same word. See? It's the same word we live in. 3 different views, just looking at the map. In every country, the map is presented with the country in the center. So I really like this example because it shows the opportunities to learn about other people, how different we are, our different perspective, our different experiences, but at the end, we all live in the same world, and we have so much in common. Everyone wants to be happy, everyone has dreams that it pursues. So I strongly believe that having an open mind, when you can appreciate the differences, when you can really be eager to learn the different perspectives, like we have Americans here, we have Ukrainians, we have people from Georgia. You can learn how the world looks for them, how is their world. And you can therefore be so much richer in your own perspective. So I strongly believe that everyone has its own world. And that's what we hear, and in life we can appreciate that. Everyone can have a great idea because of that, because of actually this different perspective, these different experiences. And everyone can help you with something. And the Business Week program is about helping each other, because as CAs, we learn a lot from you and from other CAs. We share our experiences, and therefore we have a much better understanding about ourselves, about our capabilities, about how to work with people. We are better managers at our work there, and you are better people and students and more prepared for the future. So the first skill I think is the most important, is to have always an open mind and appreciate. The second one is actually this appreciation that was a little bit talked about. So our brain is like a little computer. It has some programming, so you can react to the world outside. And unfortunately, what I see, many people have this program in their head that they first, when they see something, they look what is negative, what is lacking, what I don't have. But the very successful people, they think different. They have different program in their head. They look for what is there. They always find something positive in the situation, in the person. So they have gratitude, and they can turn every situation into a positive experience. Sir John Templeton was one of the most successful investors of the 20th centuries. And when he was very old, he was asked, what is the secret of being rich? Which the person, Anthony Robbins, who asked the question, he was thinking about money. But Sir John answered, the secret for being rich, which is more than money, is to have gratitude. And I really like this explanation, and I want to really tell you how the gratitude works on the example here in the Business Week. Some of you will have the opportunity to do the speed speak, which is for, I would presume, from everyone, stressful. You know, public speaking is not something we are born with. I was a Toastmaster 5 years to be so confident today. It took me 5 years. I wasn't born a great public speaker, and I'm still learning every time. So you can have one approach to the speed speak, for example. You can feel the fear and the stress, and you can have in your mind thoughts like, oh, I will forget what I want to say, oh, they will laugh at me, oh, I don't know what to say, I will make myself ashamed. Or you can have what Sir John said, gratitude. Look, he said, if you have gratitude, there is no fear. Why? Because you can think, well, this is an opportunity for me to practice something which I maybe didn't do yet for the first time. Or if you did some public speaking before, it's another opportunity to improve, to get the feedback. So you are always a winner. Yes? With the gratitude, with every situation, you are always a winner. So you don't fear and you don't get angry because you turn the situation into something positive. That's how gratitude works. So that's a very important skill to change your thinking for looking for some positive things, for what you can learn. Another skill is the skill that you are also practicing during the business week, is to cooperate with people. All great achievements are done with people. Everyone can have only 24 hours, and if you want to do something by yourself, there is a limit. You will never do great things, impact the world, if you will only work by yourself. You need people to spread the message, to like your post if you want to have them, if you want to impact more people. At Boeing, for example, there's tens of thousands of people to produce the products and services. For example, Jack Ma, who is the richest person in China, when he wanted to start a business, he didn't know what kind of business, but he has this vision and goal that he want to have some business, do something interesting, great, important, impactful. He met with his friends, and it's recorded, you can watch this on YouTube, and they discuss what they can do. And then they had some idea. Some people, some of his friends resigned, but a few stayed, and they are actually now also one of the richest people in China. So what is about the cooperation with other people? I want to explain this to you because I also thought that for you especially this could be beneficial. In our life, we're going through 3 phases. Actually, some of the people never do it. But if you want to be successful, that's how you are growing. First, when we were first born, we are very dependent on our parents, of the people who are caring for us. We need to learn everything. And you are, as teenagers, I hope, during the process of becoming independent, which means you're learning to think by yourself, you're learning to question what your parents are saying, what your teachers are saying. Maybe it gives you into trouble, but this is a very good sign. It's actually very healthy that you are starting to think by yourself and making your own decision and having your own consequences for your own decisions. If you want to be successful, you have to be independent. Why it's so important? Because first of all, you will have a lot of decision in life and you will have the consequences. So you need to know why you're making these decisions. You also, if you want to be successful, there will be a lot of people who will question you, who will criticize you, who will not support you. And you need to be very strong, independent in yourself and believing in yourself independently that you will do it. I don't care if you don't like it. I don't care what you think. And in the process, there usually is when you start to do something, people don't believe in you, they question you, then criticize you. It could be even your family. For example, when I wanted to start in a marathon, and I was not much of a runner, never before, I told my family and my mom also on one lunch on Sunday that I want to run the marathon. And my mom, she loves me dearly, and her first reaction, and actually for some time, was that you shouldn't do it. It's unhealthy. I've heard that some people died. So I had to have a really conversation with my mom and tell her, Mom, there's two options. I want to run the marathon, that's for sure. So we have two options. You can either support me or you can be an obstacle toward my goal, because I already have to put a lot of energy into trainings, into having the right mentality, and I really don't want to fight your negative, unsupportive comments. It's like too much. I would rather like to have your support. So my mom was like, okay. And then from then on, she was sending me like what kind of diet I should have, where to go for training, what groups to sign, what blogs to read. So she became very supportive. So this is very important, that you really become independent. You really learn what do you want, what you don't want, and you will develop the strength to be independent and pursue your own dreams. Not your family, not your friends, but your own, if you want to be successful and happy in life. But once you're really independent and you know what you can do, what you don't want to do, you see that if you want to do really great things in life, you really need to work as a team. For example, this business week will not happen if there was only one person who wanted to organize it. It's impossible. It's just too much work. That's why in the business week, there are CAs, there are interns, the educators, other people that support, like the kitchen, all this facility. It's a team of people that's doing a great job, so we all can do it, the business week. And it's also a skill that you learn to cooperate with people. You exchange your ideas, you share jobs, and you help each other. That's the cooperation. So that's those 3 stages. The next skill for success is to control your emotions. Emotions are very important. We are emotional creatures. We do decisions based on emotion. When people want to buy a BMW, it's not because the BMW will get you from point A to B. It's because the commercial pursues you, that you are successful, you are independent, it's this emotion that will drive the decision. And emotion, there's two ways. You can have emotion that feels unpleasant. I purposely don't use the word negative emotion because I believe all emotions are very important, and we really need to listen to ourselves and hear what kind of emotion we feel. Because what is the reason for the unpleasant emotion, like fear, anger, and sadness? These emotions are telling us what we don't like, what we don't want in our life, and therefore they drive us to some changes, to some decisions. So it's very important that you recognize your unpleasant emotions and just ask yourself, why is it reasonable to feel it? For example, with the speak, you can fear the fear, and you can then say, why I'm afraid of this? Is it because the first time? Okay, that's the normal emotion if I'm doing something for the first time. That's completely okay. So that's how the emotions are guiding us in life for the right decisions. And of course, with the positive emotion, with the one, the pleasant, like joy, love, we want to have them more. And that's what they also, the goal for the emotion is to direct you, to help you with your decision. And it's important to control your emotion, because emotions are for you, your emotion. You can only feel them. For example, I can be very stressed right now, but you might not see it. Yes? So your emotions are for you. It's like a treasure for your own benefit. It's not necessary, or you should control it if you want to present it to other people. They should not be blamed, or they should not be impacted if you feel anger, or that's not their fault. It's your emotions. That's why you need to control them. Another skill is self-confidence. I wrote work on your self-confidence because I believe nobody was born with great self-confidence. Self-confidence is developed in two ways. One is what the Oprah Winfrey said, is what you believe about yourself. And this is the most important for self-confidence. If you believe you can do it, you can do it. If you don't believe you cannot do it, you will not do it. Why is the belief the most important in self-confidence? It's not the skills, it's not the competences. You know, Jack Ma didn't know how to do the business, didn't even know what kind of business. He just believed in himself that he can do something, some kind of a business. So he called on his friends. And then once you have this idea, once you have the people that you work with, you can find out what we need, where to get it, what to do first. That's why the belief is so important. You only need to tell yourself as much as possible, as often as possible, that you can do it. And this works like this. In our head, you can have an attitude, I won't do it. And then it stops. You won't do it. When you start to think, well, let's see, then you realize that you can do it because you don't know, maybe because it's the first time. Then you get into the higher level when you think, I want to do it. Then you realize, I don't know how to do it. So how do I do it? And then I'll try to do it. I know how to do it. I'll try to do it. And then you go, I can do it, because you know how to. And then you do it, and then you did it. Yes? So where are you in this thought process? This is how it works. You won't do it, you will never do it. You will not go and find how. Another skill is to manage your money. It's very important because the money, how much you have, determines the quality of life, the level of stress, also some family issues in the future. A lot of marriages argue about money. So it's very important to learn. In Business Week, you can learn a little bit about the money management in a company, and it's also presents how this works, because you will get penalties if you didn't have money at the end. You will need, the system will give you overdraft loan. So the money, just one tip, money is like tool. It's either no positive or no negative. We have a lot of thoughts in our heads that money is bad, rich people are rude, and these things. So these are also limit us. If you think about money is just a tool, and you decide how to spend it, what to do with them, money is indifferent. And Warren Buffett, one of the richest persons, said that, just one tip, you should always, with money, you should always save something and then spend the rest. Many people have opposite thinking. I will save if I have something at the end of the month. That's not the way to create wealth. First, you decide how much you want to save or how much money you want to have at in your BRISIM, and then you spend the other money accordingly. And then the last skill is to work with goals. And this is why I love Business Week, because you have so much goals. You know, in other, let's say, vacation summer camps, you will just hang out, you will, wander. They're not so busy, at least as I remember. This program is so busy. There's just so much to get done. And at the end of the program, you will not believe how much you did and how much you accomplished. And actually, you will accomplish all the tasks because you work with goals, because you have deadlines, you know what to do. And a lot of wealthy people, this is just an infographic to show you, work with goals. They have a routine to accomplish what they want. So they have daily routine, like they have maintain list to do, they wake up early, they listen to some learning stuff, they read, and they network with people. So these are all those goals that they have. Therefore, they accomplish a lot. For example, 67 of the richest people have written goals. They focus, 80% of them focus on accomplish a specific goal. 86% believe in a long life education. 84% believe that great habits create opportunities, and also 76% believe bad habits have a negative impact. So skills are very important. I believe that Business Week give you a lot of experience to learn those skills. And remember, every master was once a student, and life doesn't become better by accident. It becomes better by choice. And you can choose. This is your decision. If you want to have an open mind, if you want to have gratitude, if you want to cooperate or withdraw, it's your decision to choose if you want to control your emotions, if you want to have self-confidence, if you want to manage your money, and if you want to set goals. Thank you. Enjoy the Business Week.